up is Chaplin. His hand pass is good. It's steady. Hand pass to Logan. Logan hand pass Kane Corns. At half back. Port relief. Hand pass across the ground. Taken by Bishop. Bishop towards the half-forward line. Who's going to get it out there? Thurston's missed it. Collingwood relieve. All Magpies. Clement has it at half-back. And the Collingwood side will relieve. Port by 9 points. 19 minutes gone.
Swan chips to the outer side. Taken by Licuria. As Cloak runs down the ground, will he receive the ball over the top? No, it's on the outer side. It's Scott Burns chipping the ball towards Jason Cloak. Well done. The defender's got himself to half forward. 60 metres out, looking for Buckley. Look out, Buckley! An absolute screamer by Nathan Buckley. And the Port Adelaide player, Chaplin, looks around and said, what happened there? But wasn't that set up for the screamer?
Oh, look, I just thought it was really impressive work by Jason Cloak too. He really just put the footy up. In the end, the old body was able to. Chaplin couldn't do anything.
No, he pushed back well, didn't he? But Bucks had the hands on the shoulders, but they normally let that one go if you mark the ball, and he's the guy you'd like to have the ball in his hands, shooting from probably 15 metres.
No bets on here, surely. The captain has one. He has two. Collingwood within 3 points. A goal to Collingwood would put them in front. So Buckley kicked that last goal at the 29.5-minute mark of the second term. And here we are, almost 20 minutes term. Buckley kicks their first goal since half-time. Collingwood within 3 points. Port 12-13-85. Collingwood 11-16-82. Grandstand AFL on ABC Local Radio and ABC News Radio.
Just the back line, the running, they need to get that going at the moment. They've had some concern in the second half. Kicking the footy out on many occasions. They've actually turned the footy over. James Clement has done it. He sure has done it. They need to run and continue to run, and Jason Cloak provided that.
Michael Maney.
Dean Brogan's on down and loose man in defence, guys, so Porter trying to defend this lead.
We have 4 minutes of actual playing time plus time on remaining. A laid tap. Collingwood through Burns. Win it out of the middle. Port lead by 3 points. The ball to half forward. It bounces. Oh, that's superbly trapped by Stuart Dew. He breaks the tackle. He then goes to hand pass. He's thrown away from the ball, but it'll be Thurston's who'll pick it up. Thurston's. He thought about going backwards, then goes forwards. He's kicked. Burns with courage. That's a good mark. That's a very good mark, because anybody could have been coming the other way. That would have been head-on stuff. Hand pass Licuria in bother. Oh, the tackle there from Clement is all right. He broke it away, and he hand passes back to Brodie Holland. Holland has to go backwards. Collingwood down by 3 points. They have the ball at half-back. It's marked there by Heath Shaw.
Danger now for Port Adelaide. You can sense the Collingwood players. They really lifted. The ball was Swan near the centre circle. Goes straight down the ground. The options there. Taken by Clement. Slides the ball across the ground to Licuria. Misses him, but he's got time to pick up. Shepherd by O'Brien. The ball to half forward for Collingwood. Back goes Logan with courage. Ball bounces towards him in defence on the 50-metre line. Goes to Dew. Goes across the ground towards Kane Corns. It's too high. Here comes Burns. Here's a goal to Collingwood. Burns snaps and hits the post from 15 metres out. He could have gone over the top. He didn't. 2 points to lead. Port hanging on.
I think Scott Burns certainly made the right decision to kick the ball, but just was a poor kick and hit the post.
Well, Michael Malthouse has lost the plot in the coach's box, I'll tell you. He's thrown the glasses down and he's walked out of the coach's box. Now, I don't know where he's going. I think he might be going down to the boundary line, because the old man has turned 53. He has cracked it big time. I hope he's got private insurance for a new pair of spectacles. He is so angry at that miss. It's 2 points the difference. We've gone 22 minutes and we've only got 3 minutes of playing time left. Chad Corns goes to short pass wide towards the half-back line. It's marked by Willits, who plays on. He's short back by Sean Burgoyne. Port Adelaide lead by 2 points. This is Grandstand AFL on ABC Local Radio and News Radio. And it's Sean Burgoyne, who's got his son Kai. If he could listen, he'd listen to the ABC. Of course he would, but he's only 3 days old. Kick towards half forward, marked by Kingsley. Kingsley's kick to Ebert. He's too far out to score, and maybe he's cramped. In this final quarter, we've gone 23 minutes. Not long to go. We've got under 2 minutes of playing time left, and Port Adelaide lead by...
Didac can win the game for Collingwood. 24 minutes gone. Now what's happened?
Play down behind play, one of the big ones too.
Brogan.
But Didac can win the game. The boy from Paraka, which is just north of Adelaide. That's where Craig Bradley came from.
In a lot of trouble, Brogan too. Hunched over, wobbly legs. Must have took a heavy knock.
On the angle. He's tied down by 3 points. 24 minutes gone. Waste no time. Didac moves in. It looks gone. The goal to Collingwood. Didac has put it through. Collingwood by by 3 points. Is Mr. Malthouse got his glasses on? Collingwood by 3 points in a sensational finish. 24 minutes gone. Collingwood 12-17-89. Port Adelaide 12-14-86. Is it the one that got away, Stephen Williams?
I think it is. Port certainly had the opportunities. They need a centre clearance. There's only 19 seconds left on the clock, so it's all about a centre clearance, a quick kick and a mark if they can do it, but Collingwood pushing a lot of players back, so looks like the horse might have bolted.
The goal to Didak under pressure, that's what you need to do. And for Collingwood, they have dug themselves out of a monstrous hole, and good teams do that. Final bounce, 20 seconds of play remaining. Lade with Fraser, the tap. Collingwood's Burns rushes back on it. He has it. Threw it out, taken by Lade. Lade's kick is long. Lade's kick, even rushes back. Lade's kick bounces through from behind. Oh, so close. Lade out of the middle, unloaded. And it's gone through from behind. The Magpies hatch it now like an egg. The margin now is 2 points, and we've got seconds to go. Siren! At Football Park, Collingwood have won the game here in an absolute ball terror by 2 points. The Magpies, 12-17-89 have defeated Port Adelaide, 12-15-87 by 2 points.
To uphold the Magpies' name, see the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood. Good old Collingwood forever, they know how to play the game. Side by side they stick to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Final scores here. A thrilling game. Port Adelaide players would be absolutely devastated by that loss. But to the other extent, the Collingwood who just refused to lay down. And it took until 20 seconds before the final siren for them to hit the front. And then a big kick out of the middle by Brendan Lade rolled perilously close to being a full-point result. And the win goes to Collingwood. And that, Roger, is you've got the, of course, the obviously uncompleted ladder. But how important in the context of the AFL season for 2006 is that win by Carringbush, the Magpies, 12-17-89 to Port Adelaide 12-15-87, and they kicked their only 2 goals of the second half in the last 2 minutes of the last quarter.
They joined Sydney, St Kilda, Melbourne, Fremantle with 12 wins, and those sides have yet to play, and Collingwood plays Carlton Kangaroos in the final term, and Collingwood departing. What a classic in sport, the agony and ecstasy, and how Port Adelaide must be heartbroken. Their players, well done Collingwood, Stephen Williams, but amazing the turnaround. That first goal in the final term for Buckley took 20-minute mark, and then that one to Didak, the 24-minute mark.
Well, there's no doubt Port controlled the last quarter, didn't they? They had the opportunities, but 7 points is not going to win you a game. And to the credit of Collingwood, they kicked the only 2 goals in that last quarter. Nathan Buckley was a player that gave them a chance, and then when you're less than a goal down, anything can happen. And Alan Didak, 2 former Port Adelaide boys, put the stake through the heart and did what good players do.
The scores for Collingwood in that final quarter, the goal scorers, Nathan Buckley after that spectacular mark, and then of course Didak too was on the end of that short pass. For as much as we can say Port missed easy chances throughout the game, all you need to do is look at Anthony Rocker, who kicked 3 behinds for Collingwood. So both had their players who were unfortunately offline at respective parts of the game. Collingwood 12-17-89 to Port Adelaide 12-15-87. The margin 2 points, 30,281 fans. For Collingwood, 3 goals to Sean Rustling, 2 to Nathan Buckley, 1 each to Shane O'Brien, Tarkin Lockyer, Travis Cloak, Heath Shaw, Josh Fraser, Ben John. Whilst for Port Adelaide, 4 to Brett Ebert, all in the first half, 1 in the first quarter and 3 in the second. 2 to Sean Burgoyne, 1 each to Chad Corns, Tom Logan, Steve Salopek, Toby Thurstons, Kane Corns and Brendan Lade. Collingwood, such an important win. They win by 2 points.
And not forgetting at the 22-minute mark, Scott Burns. Options, what do we do? Hit the post at the 14-minute mark of the second term. Collingwood cruising by 33 points, so it turned out to be a dramatic night.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that we'll get a weekend of Mick Malthouse, the 53-year-old who put himself under a bit of pressure, as coaches do, and then when you look at the vision of which I'm sure you'll get access to at some stage, Mick Malthouse, I'll tell you what, he really was involved in that game, and the Magpies win, Port lose. That's about as simple as that, and you wonder why we get carried away with the emotion of sport when we see such a thrilling finish. Now the lads have gone to their respective change rooms. Eric Freeman and Michael Maney have headed down, and for some stations leaving us in, I have no idea actually, Roger, because you've got the rundown.